week we're going to be making some pizza bubble bread. So for this, you are going to need a can of just regular biscuits, not the big grand kind or anything like that. You can get them at the store for like underneath $1. So just a regular can of biscuits. You're going to need some mozzarella cheese, some pizza sauce, Italian seasoning, and then any type of toppings that you might like for your pizza. Okay? So what we are going to do to start off with is we are going to be cutting our biscuits into 4 pieces. Okay, so if you've never popped any of these cans of biscuits before, you know, be aware they do pop and kind of scare you. So you might need to push on it with your thumbs and it pops. Okay, so I am going to be using kitchen scissors. Okay, so these are not meant to be used for paper or anything like that. So if you do not have a pair of kitchen scissors, you can always just use a knife to cut them into 4 pieces. Okay, so I'm going to separate these into the biscuits. I'm going to be just using a clear large bowl so that way you guys can see what's going on inside of there. So I will be putting all of them into it. Put this over here. So we're going to just cut it into first in half and then in half again. So you want 4 pieces out of each of the biscuits. Now this recipe is a great recipe for if you come home from school early, your parents aren't home yet. This is actually made in the microwave. Okay, so I know a lot of parents do not want you cooking with the oven when they're not home. I would totally agree with that. So this is actually made in the microwave, and it is a pretty decent size amount that it's going to be making. So if you have any brothers or sisters, this would definitely feed them, and you can make it for about under $2. Okay, so this is definitely a favorite on a weekend, something quick and easy to make. And the best part about it, you can put any toppings on. So for me, if only I had some pineapple in my house right now, I would be putting some ham and pineapple on top of it because I love pineapple on top of pizza. I know there's rumors about how you shouldn't be doing it. Nope. It belongs on pizza. Okay, so we have all of our biscuits cut up and put into our bowl. So our recipe tells us that we are going to be needing, I'm going to put this on top of my cutting board, that we need a ½ cup of pizza sauce. So pizza sauce is a liquid. That means we should be using a liquid measuring cup. Okay, so I'm going to pour this in. Remember, whenever we are measuring any type of liquids, we want to make sure that we get down at eye level in order to make sure that it is measured accurately. Okay, so let's see. Need a tiny bit more. And that looks perfect. Okay, so I'm going to pour this in here. I'm actually going to use a rubber scraper in order to scrape out as much as I can, so that way I don't waste any of the pizza sauce. Okay, so I'm going to put this over by my sink. And it tells us that we should be stirring this up. Okay, so we want to make sure that all of the biscuit pieces are coated in sauce. Now, if you are like me, I love pizza very saucy, so I would actually add a little bit extra, but I am following the recipe right now, so we're just going to do ½ cup. Okay. Now, it's going to be telling us that we are going to be lightly spraying a glass plate that is able to go into the microwave, okay? So we have this, and then we're going to put like a tiny glass bowl right in the middle. If you don't have a tiny glass bowl to put in the middle, don't worry about it. Just make sure that you kind of leave it a little bit of area in the middle, okay? If any of you have ever had like monkey bread, this is very similar to like monkey bread, only it's with pizza, okay? So we are going to put this in here. Now, the key thing is you cannot use a metal pan. We're putting this into the microwave. You cannot put metal into the microwave, okay? So we're going to put this right in here, and and we are lightly going to spray it. So I'm going to use a cooking spray. Okay, you always want to just shake it just a tiny bit, but when you're spraying, you don't want to spray it so close because then you're going to have like pools of oil. Okay, but you also don't want to spray it out here because then it's going out here, okay? So a nice light spray, make sure you get those sides. And we are going to put all of this all around. So all around the little bowl in the middle. So make sure it's even, it's not all on just one side. So essentially, these are biscuits. They are going to get much bigger, okay? So it may not look like a lot right now, but trust me, it will get there. Okay. Next up, we are going to be putting on some Italian seasoning. Okay, if you don't have Italian seasoning, no big deal. Italian seasoning is usually, this is thyme and oregano inside of here. Okay, it just adds a little bit extra flavor. Now, here's the trick. We have our measuring spoons, okay? It's telling us to use a ½ teaspoon of Italian seasoning. I am not going to shake this right from here with this in here. It's going to go everywhere, okay? So the trick is you want to take off the lid so that way we can put our entire measuring spoons inside. Okay, so a ½ teaspoon, and I'm going to sprinkle it all around. Okay, that's going to give us some nice good flavor for our pizza. Put this lid back on. And last thing that we need to do is add some cheese. So I'm using Italian style cheese that we have. So this is a little bit of mixture of different kinds of cheeses. So we want 1 cup of cheese. So this is the finely shredded cheese. If you have a different kind of cheese, that's completely fine. So we're gonna measure out 1 cup of cheese. So I'm not a huge fan of cheese on my pizza, so I'm just going to do a little bit less just because this is going to be what I'm going to be eating for lunch and dinner today. So I'm making it how I want to make it. You make yours how you want to make it. Okay, so this is definitely quite a bit of cheese, but it will melt all around. Okay. That looks good. And to top it off, if you want any different types of toppings, so I'm going to be adding some turkey pepperoni to mine. So you can definitely top it with whatever you want. Maybe you want to add some vegetables, maybe like some peppers, anything like that. Maybe you want sausage. I'm going to put some pepperoni on mine, going all around. And it tells us that we are going to be putting this into the microwave for 5 minutes, okay? So you don't need to cover it or anything like that, so we'll put it into the microwave and then we're gonna come back. So I'm gonna set my timer for my microwave for 5 minutes. So close this up, and depending on what type of timer you have, so we're gonna do 500, so 5 minutes. Start. So the timer just went off, so we are going to be making sure that you use an oven mitt when you are taking it out of the microwave because it's super hot. You're also going to be putting it on top of a cooling rack so that way it doesn't damage any countertops, anything like that. So we want to make sure that we let it cool for 2 minutes. Okay, my house smells amazing and it looks amazing as well. So we're going to put this on here. And when you're cutting it, you probably want to cut it into like 5 pieces. So think of like a spokes of a tire. Okay, that's how you want to be cutting it. That's a decent sized portion. Okay, if you have a little bit bigger, not a big deal. Plus it is super yummy. So, hope you enjoy some pizza bubble bread.